How far would you go for your faith? Young men have recently pleaded guilty to planning terrorist attacks overseas. That is, going overseas to train to be able to perform terrorist attacks in other parts of the world. 3 young men by the name of Richard Dart, Jahinga Alum, and Imran Mahmood.
You're so proud of yourself.
I'm very proud.
Look at those names.
Yes. Well done. Thank you.
Okay, but what kind of got me about this story is that, well, one of them was a convert to Islam.
Yeah, he was from Dorset. Richard Dart was from Dorset. He used to just look after the sheep, and then before you knew it, he was out in Pakistan learning how to, build bombs and stuff. So yeah.
That is the worst Jamaican accent I have ever heard in my life.
For starters, I'm not Jamaican. I'm actually Bohemian. I'm from Bahamas.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
Did you think all this time I was from Jamaica?
Yeah.
No, I'm from Bahamas. Man.
Mummy White.
Oh my gosh, allow her. I'm Bohemian. And I'll stick to my Bohemian roots forever. So yes, So
yeah, Richard Dart was a convert to Islam. And one of the other guys, he was actually used to work for the Met Police. He was a PCO, which is one of those community police officers.
Yeah. It's so funny because people that I used to know back in the day used to take the mick out of those PCSOs, like call them fake police and blah 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 blah.
They get paid, man.
Yeah, but they are.
But his thing was that he was saying that he actually used to be on the front line. He used to be on the front lines against the war on terror on the streets of London.
Yeah, until
he swapped sides. Somewhere in between, he took off his hat and put on one of those. No, I'm joking. But yeah, somewhere along the line, he decided. Someone told him, "Look, what the Met stand for is of
evil.
Devil.
Yes, it's of the devil." And
he quit.
He quit, and is now all about the jihad regime. So these 3 young men. The interesting thing is they were arrested. For starters, the picture. If you manage to see that picture, they have got the most massive beards, and I thought mine was impressive, but these beards are like, whew, massive. They have earned their right to be jihadists. But anyway, these 3 young men, they the worrying thing is they were arrested 2 weeks before the Olympics. 2 weeks.
That's the thing, though. I don't like the newspapers putting in that specific fact, because it seemed like that had a bit of an underline to it, as it's kind of suggested in not so many words that they were going to do a bomb at the Olympics. Because why mention it? You could say it was 2 weeks before Easter. What difference would that make? Would you say 2 weeks before the spring? No. What difference would it make? With 2 weeks before Olympics, it's planting the seed that they were going to do something for.
Well, I think all
Olympics.
Our viewers will agree that 2 weeks before Olympics is quite an important piece of information that they deserve to know. Look at the Olympics. James Bond was there. Forget the Queen. James Bond was there. If they had ever taken out James Bond, I'm telling you, Arms House, OVER. Trust me, they would have been full-blown war. David Cameron would have been putting on his army garments himself, going, I don't care. I'm going out there myself. I'm going to deal with this.
Did you see David Cameron with like a turban on the other day in India? I kid you, and he was barefoot.
He can wear a turban. No. If that's his fashion, if that's his, his... Some people do these things for fashion. I mean, is this are you trying to tell us something?
Yes.
What are you trying to tell us?
My hairdressing appointment is tomorrow. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Please make sure you make that appointment. But anyway, so the fact of the matter is, 2 weeks before the Olympics, I'm talking about Usain Bolt was there. Like, and the worst thing of it all, and one thing I do rate them for, though, is the fact that they admitted it. Because too many times in society, people want to go on like they're big and bad, but when it comes down to it, oh no, please sir, it wasn't me, sir. Look at Chris Hoon and his wife, trying to try a little thing like, no, it wasn't me. But at least these people said
it was them. But I think the reason why they admitted it was because they were kind of saying, this is how far we're willing to go for our faith. This is what we believe in. We believe in Islam. In our own interpretation of Islam, we can, kill the people who are
infidels.
The people who don't believe what we believe, or the people who are living an unholy life. We have the right according to our interpretation, let me say, to kind of take them out, make bombs, kill them, and then we can, if we die, we can go and get our virgins up in the...
How many do they get? Like 70?
I think it's something like 70
virgins. And
what do the women get?
I don't know.
They get to be one of the 70. That doesn't make sense.
They get to be made new and become, Well, yeah, that's the concubine. That's an interesting thought. I never really thought of it.
Well, of course you didn't, because you're a man.
That's right. And why would you? We get the virgins. Ain't nothing to think about. But yeah, anyway.
But how far is too far for your faith? How far is too far?
Well, this is the interesting thing, because for me personally, I don't think I care what anyone wants to say about Christianity. Negative, positive, in between. Look at Family Guy. I've sometimes been forced to watch that show. I would never watch it of my own accord. But when I've been forced to watch that show, some of those jokes have been horrendous and horrendously against Christianity. But they're slightly funny. And those same guys who wrote that, they also have got a play out now called The Book of Mormons. And there are some Christian factions and Christian groups that are ready to burn these men at the stake. And I'm thinking...
Maybe burn them with prayers.
Burn them with prayers. Well, yeah, why not? They want to burn them. And I'm thinking to myself, well, actually, there are a lot of things that I would get urban about. And a lot of things that I would be willing to, for. But Christianity is not one of them. Because the reality is, I believe that God is big enough to fight his own battles. And that's how I see it.
I don't know, because I don't feel there's anything wrong with getting affronted by people insulting your faith. I don't think there's anything wrong for feeling some sort of feeling of offence or kind of anger. Not anger
taking
that
offense,
will, not taking offence. Not an anger that's going to lead to violence. I'm not advocating that whatsoever. But you might say that this is wrong. It's not okay for people to talk about my God or my religion like that, because it's a personal thing. I know that he's a living being, and I actually read somewhere about this professor who was getting his pupils to write the name of Jesus on a piece of paper and then stamp on it as a sort of teaching aid. And things like that offends me. Just reading that offends me, because I'm like, Christ deserves more respect than that. And if we're living in a society where we need to be respectful and respect the rights of people who are gay, lesbian, Muslim, Judaism, Jews, atheists, humanists, we have to pay respect to all these people and understand that everyone has their own set of beliefs. Yeah. Then why can't people be respectful of Christianity? I think sometimes people take us like we're sitting ducks.
There's definitely validity to your point. For me personally, if I want to cuss a humanist, if I want to cuss a Jew, if I want to cuss a Muslim, I'm going to do it. Simple as. If you don't like it, when you get out of prison, come find me. I'm in Wembley. Come find me. I'll tell you what I said to your face. But the reality is, me saying anything negative or positive about someone's religion, someone's clothes, someone's identity, it doesn't change the truth that they hold. If it's truth is truth, no matter which way you slice it.
So you're saying that people don't actually need to go out there and kind of make honor killings for their religion, because...
I don't think there's any need for it, because at the end of the day, when Allah comes, or however it works in their system, Allah will deal with it. If you want to be an infidel, you ain't going to get your 70 virgins. So the reality is, what's their problem? The infidels will get what's coming to them anyway. Why do you need to bring retribution upon us? I think it's just brainwashing. Straight up brainwashing.
And I think it's always, what is always quite funny is that it's always the people, if we think of it as a chessboard, it's always the pawns that get sent out to get killed. It's always someone training them and sending them out there, and it's always the people on the front lines that are getting arrested and things like that. But the people behind are turning the wheels and training them and things like that. So it's all very people, all the people in the back aren't willing to...
That's because they're clever. The question is, how clever are you? Let us know. Comment on our Facebook page. Comment on our YouTube page. Subscribe to our YouTube page. And write to us at Twitter, at IN2G on Twitter. Let us know what you think. I'm Luke White.
And I'm Sun Shyne.
And we are encouraging you to live a better life.